talk, Sam? Talk for more than. Very cool. Julie, are you deep throating your mic again? Great. What about you, Chris? Are you deep throating your mic? Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chaotic Crusade, where the dice tell the story and the players find every way possible to make it as chaotic as humanly possible. My name is Chris. I'm your Dungeon Master for tonight's adventure. First off, I'd like to say hello to everyone watching tonight. We appreciate you more than you can imagine. So sit back, relax, and if you're enjoying yourself, invite a friend to watch with you. And just as a reminder, if you have Amazon Prime, then you can subscribe for free. So please take a moment and subscribe. Next, I'd like to just take a quick moment and introduce the people at the table, all my friends. So we'll go around real quick and introduce yourself, what character you'll be playing tonight. We'll start with Chris. Hold on. Hang on, Chris. We're having audio problems.
Excited to play tonight.
All right.
And
Try
happy
again.
to have you all here.
Perfect. Start over.
I am Chris. I am playing the Warforged Sorcerer 7. He is the little funny man of the group with a funny little dagger that is very paranoid for him. Very happy to be here. Very happy you are all here to join us.
Perfect. All right. Sam.
My name's Sam. I'm playing the character Mox. What else? Blood Hunter, werewolf, and got some daddy issues got to work out. But first, we gotta deal with some other shit.
Oh, perfect. Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie. I am going to be playing Hope, Trickery Cleric, Worshipper of Tamora. And I'm excited to be here too.
All right. And finally, Liz.
Hello, I'm Liz. I'm playing Faith. She is a Echo Knight, and I am the Doombringer.
Of course. All right. So with all the introductions out of the way, we have a little surprise for everyone who's been watching with us, and nothing new to those who are new to the stream. But we have a little intro video, and then we'll get started. Hi, Sandy.
Fix my sensitivity real quick.
I'm
All right,
terrified
everyone.
to turn.
So, welcome back. And as you guys remember, we left off with Hope, our cleric, making a rather terrifying discovery up on the up in the clock tower of the temple.
Bell Tower.
Bell Tower. So we're going to pick up there with, again, the Hope, as you recall, being up on this tower and just seeing a mutilated, bashed in and bloodied Father Thomek telling the others to stay down. You have this odd, eerie moment of just you and seeing Father Thomek laying on the ground. What would you like to do?
I am going to go to the edge to call down. Faith, can you go get Mox? 7? Come on up here. I need to talk to you.
Is everything good?
Yeah, just go get Mox.
Okay.
7 will float up on his magic carpet because he has no more use for legs.
And Faith will head around the church to head back inside.
Okay.
As soon as Seven gets up, I'm going to usher him closer to the bell tower. Um, so prepare yourself. This is bad.
Okay.
And I'm gonna step aside and show him we have to get him down before we can let Faith up here.
Uh, uh, um, okay. And he'll hop off the magic carpet and float it under him and see if we can start um, taking him down from the bell and see if we can lay him on the carpet.
I'd say we should probably get on the carpet so we can get up to where he's hanging and then get him on the carpet with us, because it can carry 3 of us, right?
Yeah, it it should be able to carry us.
Okay. Hope is going to get on the carpet, and once it's up under Father Tomek, she's going to start trying to see how she can get him down and onto the carpet.
Okay. I will say, just give me a very basic, and with advantage of 7 helping you out. Give me just a athletics check just to maneuver him.
At least it's an 8.
An 8. That's okay. 8 is fine. Um, really, I was just making sure it wasn't like 5 or under. So it's you guys struggle a little bit, but you do manage to kind of get him shimmied over to the carpet, and he's kind of laying there. Again, he's bleeding from many different places, mostly the side of his face, which is just bashed almost beyond recognition, as it's just been repeatedly smashed by this by being affixed to the inside of this bell tower. And you see, I'll say 7. You do notice that there are people beginning to like gather, because, as we said last session, that the the bell tower hasn't rang in a long time.
We need to get those people out of here. Hope
Yes.
is, once we have Tomek laid on the carpet and we're down, she is going to like take her water skin and start cleaning off his face as best she can in this moment. And is he wearing a cloak or anything?
Yeah, I mean, he's in his normal garments that he's always been seen in, those blues and golds that he always wears.
And I'm going to like get his hood and I'm going to pull it up over his head and kind of lay it on his face, trying to hide the worst of the damage.
Okay.
7 will pull out his bedroll from his bag and offer it to try and cover him up so people don't see him like that.
Okay.
Hope will gently cover him up. I can bring him back, 7. We just need to get a rather large diamond.
Well, I think it's certainly worth a try.
Okay. I think we should stay up here so we don't alarm the people. Faith and Mox will get back, and we will have to manage Faith.
Seven will just kind of nod in agreement. From when they were taken down, his body, what did it look like he was secured to the bell with?
He was secured with a rope.
Okay.
Now, I will say, make a I'll allow either each of you or one of you with advantage. Make a medicine check.
Oh, I will take that with advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for it.
17.
17. You notice that some of the wounds that you see tend to be a little older than the wounds caused by the just blunt traumatic damage, giving you reason to believe that he may have been attacked and knocked unconscious prior to being affixed to the tower. He wasn't affixed to the tower as he wasn't like struggling trying to be affixed to the tower. He was unconscious at that point.
Hmm. So, he was surprised, it seems like. And then they drug him up here.
I thought the bones were supposed to keep place safe.
I thought so too.
Well, I guess it's just another disappointment. Let's Hope is just going to kneel beside Tomek and just say a quiet prayer.
Okay. As you say this quiet prayer to yourself, for the first time in a long time, that sense of warmth returns. And you don't know if it's your patron returning to you, becoming closer. You don't know if it's Father Thomek just giving you one last embrace, looking from above. But it feels nice.
Well, now I'm going to sit and wait for Faith and Mox to arrive.
Okay. So at that point, we will flip over to Faith and Mox.
Faith will come back through the front door.
Mox is like just peeking, like has his dad's room open and just sees him laying there and just hasn't gone in or anything yet and looks back over to Faith. Is everything okay? What's going on?
I don't know. Hope said she needs you back there. We're back by the bell tower.
Mox, give me a quick investigation check for me, since this is the first time you're really looking into the room, other than the first glance you made.
Okay.
Is your dad okay?
Yeah, that's accurate. 5.
Okay, good to know.
I was just about to say, let me at least check if he's still breathing real quick. And he'll just kind of like quietly, because he's still somehow asleep, just go over to make sure he's still sleeping, or still breathing.
I will say, with that investigation check, you notice that there are breaths. Yes, he is breathing. He is alive.
Faith is gonna kind of stand in the doorway and be like, "How is he still asleep with the bell having been going off?"
Give me a medicine. Give me a medicine check.
Which one of us?
Mox, now that he's with his father.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
Why can I not?
You're standing right there. You notice that people who are sleeping usually have fluttering eyelids, different tells. They move a little bit. He's breathing. His breaths are slightly labored, not too bad, but he's not moving, like as if he was punched out cold. You also notice that there is like a charred mark going across his robes, the green robes that he wears, across the front side. Not like burned through, but there are like bits of char.
It looks like I think he was knocked unconscious. I don't think he's waking up for a little bit. So someone attacked him too. But he's alive. We can do that later. Let's go back to fate or hope.
What is going on? Where's Tomek?
I don't know. But I'll just get back together and we'll go from there.
He's gonna kind of
Faith,
give.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say, with you standing in the doorway as long as you've been standing in the doorway, and only because you have the background that you have as a previous guard, and you're kind of trained to look for specific things, give me an investigation check.
Do I get advantage because of my background?
You don't get advantage, but I did lower your DC, just a hair.
10.
All right, good to know. Keep going.
Do you want to try to wake him up before we go back to the others, or just...
No. Let him rest. We'll come back to him. Go.
When we step outside, do we see the crowd gathering?
You do. As you're stepping out, you see the crowd beginning to gather. There's probably a half a dozen people that are kind of like outside of the temple, standing like in this area here, down in the very bottom portion. Nobody's kind of impeding, nobody's trying to enter because the doors are closed. But you also do see, and Faith, I'll give this to you with your background. You also do notice that you notice the signs of when something bad happens in a city and people just begin to collect. You see the signs of whispers being made and people beginning to collect. It looks like no one's really sure what's going on, and people are trying to find out.
Okay. Faith is gonna step outside the front doors to everybody that's gathering and be like, "Everything's fine. We're just doing some work on the bell tower. We're trying to get it back up and working again. Nothing to worry about. Sorry if you got woken up this morning."
Give me a performance check. I will say not deception. You guys are on a roll.
Fuck me.
10. Luckily, they're commoners. A very mass majority of them are like, whatever.
She will have her holy symbol out
Yeah.
on her chest too.
Okay,
I'm sure some of them have probably seen her at the church before with Tomek.
Yeah.
So,
a good bit of them end up walking away and leaving. You do have a couple, like one individual comes up to you and is like, I do have a little bit of experience working on craftsmanship if you need help with the tower.
Oh, it's fine. We actually have a tinkerer up there right now that obviously has done his job.
All right. Well, if you need anything, and he starts like pointing back and giving directions to his home. Introduces himself as Joseph. If you have, if lets you know that if you need anything, he's available. And starts like walking back in the direction of his home.
Yeah. And she will thank him and be like, "Of course, I'll let Father Tomek know." Blah blah blah.
But the doors are now open.
Yeah, she's gonna close the doors behind them.
Mox, are you going with, or are you staying with your father?
No, he's no, he's going with.
Okay.
Well,
So you guys make it to the back side of the church, at the bottom of the ladder, and you see Seven's carpet that's kind of like fluttering over the corner of the edge, letting you know that he's up there.
Hope, we're back.
what's going on?
There's
Okay, I think we should come down to you. And she's gonna look at Seven. You drive the carpet down. I'll head down first.
Okay.
And then she will climb down. And her eyes are down. She's not really looking at Faith. Okay. Something terrible happened, and I need you to know first understand that I can fix this. But someone killed Tomek.
What?
what? No, he.
She'll kind of look up for Seven.
Seven will gently um, ride down the carpet with Tomek's body, just trying to be as respectful as possible and taking care of the father.
Faith takes a step back,
Mox
just
kind
kind
of
of watching.
Mox just kind of instantly puts himself behind her and puts his hand on her shoulder.
I can fix this, Faith. I can bring him back. But I need you to do something for me so we can.
Okay.
I need you to go get me a diamond worth at least 500 gold pieces.
Where are we gonna find something like that?
Sheila said she had it. We can look. We have apparently a mother here. Go find her and tell her we need her help.
Faith just kind of stares at Hope for a second and then just takes off running.
Should I go with her?
Yeah.
Okay. Seven will follow after her, leaving, of course, the carpet behind.
Mox, is there still a crowd out front?
No, Faith. He's kind of staring at the Tomek's covered corpse on the carpet for snapping it away. No, Faith was able to get them all to disperse, saying that we were just working on the bell tower.
Okay, let's get Tomek inside. And Hope will get on the carpet with him and try to get it inside.
Okay. You guys are. So technically, you don't. I don't know if he told you. We'll say that he told you the word that's required to get the carpet to go. Um, and
I've been riding it with him. So
yeah,
I've
you've been
definitely
writing it long
heard
enough. True. And he gave you some like lessons on how to fly it just in case, and you're able to maneuver it pretty ratherly easily, and get the two of you plus Father Tomek, which I will bring his token up just so that we have a placement for him, as well as Father Tomek into the interior of the chapel. Where do you want to lay him down at? In his bed, on the.
I would probably take him up to the altar and lay him down, like, yeah, like right in front of it.
Okay.
And immediately, Hope is going to start setting up for the ritual she has to perform.
Okay.
So she's like gathering candles and, you know, anything she needs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to like pick them up a little bit so he tries to look at him? He's not as bad. I can maybe see if lesser restoration will at least close up the wounds and look more presentable to her.
I
Or,
don't know if that'll work. Healing tends to work on the living, not the dead.
it's not necessarily healing though either.
You can try.
Mox, give me an investigation check with advantage using your heightened senses. Now that you're kind of up close and personal with Father Tomek.
Oh my gosh! Finally, thank you.
18. As you're kind of getting kind of closer and talking to Hope about best course of action and helping her with her setup, you can't help but smell that same burning char smell that you smelled with your father. You look, you don't see any like char marks like you did along the chest of Ethquander's front of his robe, but you smell that same cinder smell.
Mox is just, as he's talking, his nose just starts to twitch. What is that?
Is everything okay?
There's a smell of ash and then
I'm
I
gonna
guess.
try to smell.
It's really hard for you. The only reason Mox can really pick it up is just because of his.
He's a wolf.
Because he's a wolf. Yes.
I'm a dog.
Rawr.
Yeah, she's still gonna try to understand, but I don't really smell anything.
The weird thing is, it was on my dad too. Except my dad has a giant burn mark across the front of his robes, but I don't see anything on Tomek.
Maybe I should go look at your father. Is he all right? Hope is gonna start heading down to where she assumes he is in the guest room.
It seems like he was knocked unconscious, but he's alive at least. Has anyone looked at the back of Father Tomek?
No.
Can Mox like gently roll him over to see if there is a same burn thing on his back?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll do that.
Okay. As you're doing that, you look him over, and he doesn't have, like I said, but he doesn't have the burn marks. but it's just that smell of. He just has that smell to him.
The smell of ash and.
It's not so much ash like tree ash or like wood ash. I mean, it's more of like just the smell of fire, of flame.
And I roll a history check to see if like if I was taught of any like fiends or anything that
Yeah,
might have
sure.
done this. I don't think it's gonna be on advantage because this is only about Fey, fiends, and undeads.
Yeah.
And undead. So just a normal roll. An 11.
With an 11, I will say, I'll give you this. You've smelled this smell before. It was very faint, but you picked up this smell before, and you can't recall where, but you know that it was not here in Vallaki.
Is it a very? Does it seem like a very faint memory from something very long ago, or or is it just like something can't be placed at all? It's just a familiar scent.
Yeah, with an 11, it's just you just know you've smelled this smell before.
Okay. All right. He'll just once he's done looking him over, he'll grasp onto his necklace, put his eye patch on to just go into full Osiris mode, and you're one of your most loyal followers is dead. Someone you helped bring the light to this place. I'm not asking you to bring him back, but at least let this clean him up, and he's gonna try to use a lesser restoration charge.
Okay. So the lesser restoration is more for curing like poison. It doesn't, like I said, he is like, you can imagine somebody being stuck to a stone bell and just being bashed up against the side of it repeatedly over and over again. What that would do to a person.
Right. Okay.
He is hardly recognizable. A lot of his face is like almost completely sunken in. It is a gruesome, very gruesome look. A lesser restoration really wouldn't do much.
Greater restoration wouldn't either then, because it's more of
that's more of ailments. Greater restoration would be more of like a possession or a charm or something along those lines.
Okay, then he'll just.
So I will say you don't have to. If you want to use it, you can just to see if it'll do something. But I'll say, knowing that, you don't have to use the charge.
He'll still try. He's at a point where he just needs to try everything.
Okay.
But once he sees that it doesn't work, he'll grab like the I'm assuming there's like a sash on the altar, and he'll like grab that to use it to cover Tomek's face, so it's a bit more of a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hope did take some time to wipe the blood away from Father Tomek's face and stuff like that, and some of the more areas that were kind of still bleeding at that point have kind of, regathered. And so you just use the sash to kind of re-clean him up a second time.
Yeah, it's just like more of like drape it over, so his face isn't being.
Okay.
It's more of just paying the respects, I guess.
Sure. Hope.
Yes.
You open the interior door and you see Ethquandor is just laying in bed. At first glance, it just looks like he's sleeping.
I am going to approach.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, Mr. Mox's dad.
No,
And I'm gonna try gently shake his shoulder to try and wake him up.
yeah, you go to shake him, and you would expect that to wake a person up, and nothing. No flinch, no flutter, no nothing. And
I
you've dealt
do.
in your cleric. You've done enough time in the church to know that this person is definitely not asleep.
May I do a medicine check?
Yes. Sixteen.
16.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
16. You notice that in addition to that like burn mark that's kind of across his chest, that's just kind of like this almost like a, not necessarily a slash like a sword slash, but just that type of marking across his chest. It looks like something was scraped. You also notice that there are like around his neck area, as you pull the like little scarf down, you notice that there are it looks like he's been like nails have been like run through his neck on both sides, and they have the scratch marks that are somewhat deep, and they look forceful as if he was like kind of choked out, but they also have this like fiery, and now that you're this close you can smell that smell that Mox was referring to earlier, where it has this like almost like charcoal fire smell to it, and it's still, as you go to feel it, it still feels hot to the touch. And you know it's been at least, you guys have been here for at least 45 minutes, but it's still hot, not warm, but hot to the touch.
Okay, but is he breathing?
He's breathing.
Okay.
So it looks like somebody just like ran in and quickly, like, I'll say with the 16, they kind of jumped him real quick. And
I'm gonna try a healing word.
sure. What level?
1.
Okay. Seven. Yeah. As you begin to pump your radiant healing magic into him, you notice those wounds on his neck begin to close up a little. The chest, the slash across his front robe obviously doesn't mend, but you see those scratches begin to heal up, and he's left with these like when you get a second degree burn, how it's like that pink coloration on your skin where you have burn marks, and he's left with these burn marks where those slashes were.
Okay. But he's still not awake.
He's kind of I'll say he begins to kind of, his breaths are very shallow, but he's beginning to like kind of toss and turn a little bit now. And
Seeing this, I'm going to rest my hand on his chest and cast a level 2 cure wounds.
okay. Seventeen. Yeah, with 17, you notice he begins to kind of, his eyes begin to open up a little bit. Those burn marks have not gone away. They're still there. And he kind of like just and who,
Are you okay?
what happened?
I don't know. I think you were attacked.
And he's kind of got like his hands over his eyes, like just the sheer light is just, sensitivity is hurting his eyes in the moment. I was sleeping, and then it was attacked.
Yeah. Father Thomek was murdered last night.
No. He kind of tries to like push you aside and get up, and gets to like one arm and just barely gets off the bed before his arm gives out and he kind of falls back.
Hey, take it easy. If you want, I'll help you out. You can.
Okay.
I'm sure your son wants to talk to you, and I will.
Is he?
You know,
Is he okay?
He's fine. He's fine.
Okay.
And I will, put an arm around him and like help him. Give him my staff to like
Yeah,
lean
kind of
on.
lean on, right? Yeah.
And I will walk him out.
He's very heavily leaning on this staff and kind of got one arm around you and just like using this staff like a crutch for life. Mox, you kind of look over as hearing the door open, and you see your father, Ethquandor is hunched over Hope and just clutched to this staff and is just very weakly hobbling, making his way over to you.
Dad, and he's just gonna brush over and help Hope or take over for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just get him sitting down.
Yeah. And we'll kind of sit him down in the front row pew there.
Okay. I'll just put him right there. He kind of sits down and just immediately slumps back, and his head is just kind of back over the back of the pew, and his eyes kind of shut, and he's still holding that staff like it's the only thing keeping him sitting upright in this moment. I'm sorry, boy.
I'm gonna get you some water.
Please.
She will head off to get him some water.
I don't know what it is, but I just feel very sluggish and weak. More so than usual.
Yeah. He's just like looking him over the best he can, seeing probably easily enough seeing the burn marks around his neck. Just, Dad, what do you remember from last night? What happened?
It was and he kind of looks over at the altar and just stops dead in his tracks and just stares.
Hey, right here, and he's gonna try to like
Yeah.
pull his head.
Yeah,
Pull his
yeah.
head. Hey,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna make it okay.
I was sleeping and I heard the door open and I quickly tried to sit up, and as soon as I sat up, I think two people, one took a cloth and pushed it over my face, and the other and held my mouth so I could not scream, and the other quickly jumped on top so I was unable to move, and I felt his hands begin to choke me and take the breath from me, and I thought I was going to die.
But you're not. You're here.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to fix this. I could try doing the thing I did to you when you got out of the tube to see if you can make you feel better, but I can only do it a certain number of days.
But that's just save it. You don't know if you're going to need it. If it turns out you've got it left over, then we'll talk.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be right back. Someone's knocking at the door.
Okay. At that point, I think now would actually be a pretty good time to swap over to Faith. Faith, you kind of take off running out the front doors of the church. Where are you going?
Which is closer? The alchemy shop or Sheila's?
Well, I hate to do this to you, but they're both pretty similar because the alchemy shop is a straight linear line from A to B,
That's what I was gonna ask. The next question.
whereas
be-
Sheila's is more of a turn down a street. The street kind of curves around, makes like this half moon shape. So they're the same. You know, if you were to go straight line to Sheila's would be faster, but you can't take a straight line to Sheila's.
I feel like once she starts running, she's just gonna keep going in a straight line.
Okay.
So that's gonna be the easier brain process because she knows that one is straight line down the road.
Okay. So let's just change maps real quick just to keep tabs of where everyone is. Make it a little easier for me.
That is Village of Barovia.
That is the village of Barovia, guys. You're not there.
Jeez,
Hey.
I didn't realize the hometown was so big. Fuck.
I don't know if I've ever seen like the overview of Barovia.
Yeah, it's not massive, but it's you know it's not a one horse town.
Oh, I did not realize.
It's a 2-horse town.
It's pretty damn close to a 2-horse town.
Oh, you know what? I have. There's Caleb.
Hi, Caleb.
Who's Caleb?
Go.
I'm gonna laugh, but I don't understand that.
Okay, so to make it easier for me, 7, you were here at the church. Faith.
No.
I followed.
Oh,
him.
that's
Seven is
damn.
struggling.
Fine.
7 is struggling to keep up with Faith.
Fine.
Yeah, I'm about 100 feet behind. Like,
Okay, there. Hope, go away. Other mocks, go away. Okay, so, as I said, you begin to run in this straight path. You do hear like the clanging coming from behind you as as 7 is just trying desperately to keep up. Do you wait for him or do you just keep trucking?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, 7, but she's just gonna keep right on trucking.
So the alchemy shop is about here. I'll just move you guys here.
All the way across.
It's yeah, and again, Sheila's is like back here. It's actually Sheila's house is this one here. So it's technically linear, closer, turns and stuff. It's about the same. But you do see a very small. Give me a perception check as you approach the shop. 21. You notice that it is not open, which doesn't take you by surprise. It's still pretty early. You notice that there is only like one small flicker of a flame in the interior, but there is a light on in the interior.
She's just probably doesn't even slow down when she gets to the door and like half throws herself against it before she starts beating on it.
Okay, you just and 7, this gives you time to kind of catch up, and as you're catching up, you notice that the very small, dimly lit flicker begins to increase in brightness, and you see it beginning to move. And oddly enough, you see a shadow about 10 or so feet in front of it, not side by side as if they were holding a flame and walking. But eventually, you do see this lightened flame reach where the front door is, and you catch up to Faith just as she's just pounding away on the door. And as you kind of come up to the steps, the door just ever so slightly opens. And what you see, Faith, I believe you've seen her. You saw her last time, correct? As you were
Yes,
getting
and
ready to
we.
leave town.
Yeah, I saw her through the glass, and then
Yeah.
obviously she was the person who.
Yes. So you see the same familiar redheaded female opens up the door that you know her name is to be Summer. Hello? And she's kind of like rubbing her eyes, as you can tell she was just awoken. Hello? How can I help you? Sorry, we are still closed. We should be open in about maybe an hour.
I don't have time for that.
Okay. What? I assume there is an emergency. What can I help you with?
I need a diamond.
Oh, this is a herbalist shop, dearie. I don't have I have medicinal herbs that may help.
I know who you are.
She kind of. You see the door just kind of sit there. Okay. It opens up more, and Seven, you notice. Faith, I'm sure you could care less, but Seven, you notice that the flame that you saw is just a hovering flame from behind her, that is just following her, and she just, you can come in if you'd like, but I do not have a diamond worth that much.
And I need to know where to get one.
You could try the jeweler in town, but they are not awake, and frankly, I'm not sure where his home is. I know that he doesn't have a home affixed to the shop like I do.
I don't have that kind of money.
Okay. When he comes in, I'll hunt him down and I will make a trade for one. Is this for your sister?
No.
Okay.
Father Thomek.
She kind of looks extremely puzzled for a moment. I'm sorry, you said Father Tomek.
She killed him.
Oh.
Winter.
I will inquire for your diamond. Where should I have it sent?
The church, please.
Okay.
I can't lose him.
Okay. And you notice, I'll say 7. Give me an insight check.
Okay. Insight. There we go.
I'll give you the basics of what you pick up. You notice that there's this definite, like, you can tell, like, she wants to engage, but it's taking everything in her to not. She, like, it, you can tell, like, this, she wants to just break down and embrace Faith, but she's keeping her distance and keeping her stoic appearance as if she's not affected. I will have your
Sorry.
diamond sent.
Summer was the person who brought
Everyone in? Correct.
Yeah. and her appearance is the same as from
It
way
is.
back in Barovia.
Her facial features, her hair, and all that is the same. But she is now in like her shop. Well, right now she's in her nighty garments. But when you saw her when Faith saw her, she was leaving. She's not wearing the same clothing attire as she was previously, where she looked more noble and respected. As now, she just looks like a basic commoner that works an herbalist shop. But it's pretty obvious with the facial features, with the hair. And you kind of look at Faith, and it's the same bright red hair.
They look pretty similar in the face.
They do. They have a lot of similar facial features as well.
Just kind of looking back and forth.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Seven wasn't there for that part.
He wasn't.
I'm sorry, but the two of you,
She's my mother.
oh,
And she just
Yeah.
kind of,
Faith is just staring straight at her.
and she just has this like
Just
this.
crying.
She just has this look of like guilt and failure on her face, as she's now like using the door as a defensive mechanism, and she's half behind the door and just half out with her head kind of peeking over. Time wise, because I don't want to get too far in one direction.
Faith will, after she says that, she'll take a big step back as she's looking at her and say, "Get it to the church." And she'll turn and start walking away.
Okay.
And she is going to head towards Sheila's
Okay.
after you switch.
Yeah. And Seven, I imagine you just kind of tag along as well. And I'll just go ahead and begin to move you guys over to Sheila's. But we will switch back in the attempt to not get too far in one timeline. Mox, you are with your dad. I believe you were about to attempt a restoration.
He told me to save it.
Okay. Yeah, he did.
Hope
Yeah.
will come back with water eventually.
Hmm.
There you go.
And you see like his hands are like very shaky as he grabs it, and almost to the point where some of the water spills out, and he brings it up to his hands and drinks it, and some of it kind of spills.
Hope will like hold his hand gently so it's not as shaky.
Yeah.
And like help him. And then okay.
What do you need me to?
I don't know right now. I should probably prepare for the ritual. Actually, and Hope is going to go up to where Father Thomek is, sit beside him, and she is going to try to pray to Osiris for the first time.
Okay. What does your prayer consist of?
It's her reaching out and instead of focusing on Tamora, she is going to focus on nature, and she's going to try to think back to a time where the man that raised her actually felt like a father. Because I'm sure there were a couple of times there. And she is going to think about Thomek and how dedicated to Osiris he was. and just try and combine all of that into reaching out for Osiris.
Okay. When you reach out for him, what are you trying to portray a particular emotion, or are you trying to portray a certain? Is there a certain feeling that you want to have brought across, or is there something you want to say specifically? Not maybe not like line for line, but is like maybe what are you trying to?
She is looking for guidance because she's never done this ritual before.
Mhm.
And because Osiris is who Thomek dedicated himself to, who brought Mox back, and is apparently her father. So she's
Okay.
reaching out with desperation, not knowing how to fix this, and looking for guidance from her father.
Okay. Give me a religion check.
Oh boy. 7.
Another 7.
What is tonight?
I don't know. It's weird.
Sorry, the wife was messaging me a question. With a 7, I will say, I mean, the same thing still happens. It's just your awareness to it. You both notice that this ritual circle that Hope has kind of put together, using different items acquired from around the chapel and things that she's used, begin to resonate with this golden hue. The runes that are inscribed into the floor and into the altar that he's laying on begin to glow this deep golden glow that both of you are well aware of. That is the color that signifies Osiris as well. And you notice that this necklace, Father Thomek was not wearing a necklace, but this necklace begins to appear and materialize around his neck. And it's a silver, a golden chain, and affixed to it at the bottom of the golden chain is just this symbol of Osiris that lays right in the middle of his chest. And you feel Faith, almost this, as you're like putting your hand out, you feel a hand reach for you and kind of redirect you and place it in a different spot. And you kind of think, you're like, oh, this is where my hand should be. And you have this feeling of somebody's helping you, guide you.
I will follow the guidance.
As you begin the final preparations, getting ready for this ritual, we will jump back to Faith and Seth.
Faith is going to Sheila's now.
Yes. And I'm going to put you in the right town this time. And you kind of run up to Sheila's door and starts banging on it. And you hear this this voice from, like, it's almost as if the door is speaking to you itself, and it's in Sheila's voice, and it's hi, I'm a little busy right now. Who is it?
Sheila, it's Faith.
Oh, hello. Just come in. The room's down. You know where the room is. If you need anything, you can take. Get off of me. And I'll be with you in a moment. And the door just opens up.
Yeah. Faith will go in and head downstairs.
Oh, you're going downstairs.
Is that what she said?
Oh, no, she was giving you directions to the room that you stayed in. And was telling you that if you needed anything, just take what you need, and she'll be up in a moment.
Oh, in that case, Faith could start looking for the diamond
Okay.
that she knows Sheila has.
So you're going to Sheila's room.
Probably.
Okay. So you walk in and enter and just start rummaging through Sheila's room. Give me an investigation check. And I'll say with advantage with 7 helping out.
A 9.
A 9. Unfortunately, with that 9, you're looking through sock drawers, underwear drawers, everything that you could possibly think of that might contain a secret hidden diamond. You're going through personal belongings, and you're not finding it. But eventually, after, it's about 10 minutes before Sheila comes in and is like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
I need the diamond.
Okay,
The 500 gold piece diamond that you have. I need it.
I will, okay. May I ask what it's for?
Tomek's dead.
The father?
Yes.
Ah.
Hope can bring him back. We just need the diamond. I will get you another one.
Okay.
I have another one coming. It's just not going to be here anytime soon.
Okay. All right. Just, she kind of walks over and kind of grabs you by the shoulders and sits you on the bed. Just sit. I'll be back. Just 2 minutes. Just sit. And she, walks out of the room, rather rapidly, and you can hear from like the kitchen area a couple of like pots and pans banging together a little bit. And then she kind of comes back, and you see there's this ball shape that's wrapped with a cloth. And as you're getting a little closer, you notice it does kind of have the shape of a diamond. And this is my only one. And she
I'll bring.
takes your hand and kind of puts your hand onto it and keep it. For keeping me safe on the mountain.
You.
Kind of brings you in and gives you a little bit of a hug, and
Faith will give her a tight hug.
yeah, she is tiny. But sitting down, you're about the right height. And she just kind of leans over and gives you a hug, and okay. Now, enough of that. And she kind of like wipes the tears from beginning to form in her eyes. Go.
Okay. Faith will take off again.
Okay.
Poor 7.
7 just.
The lungs
really
I don't
good
have
thing
are
he
burning.
doesn't breathe.
It's a good thing he doesn't breathe. You just hear like mechanical whirling just beginning to like almost over circuit, and
It's like when you haven't dusted your computer in like 5 years.
But you guys approach the church. You notice the doors are still closed. I imagine you just plow through them and run inside.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hope, as you're kind of getting this guidance from behind you, you and Mox, you're tending to your father the best he can, who just seems like very, very weak and frail in this moment. Even with the healing that he's had, you hear the doors just poof, and you look up and you see Faith and is just sprinting in your direction. And behind him, about 20 feet or so, you just C7 like just doing the best he can with his little legs trying to keep up.
Faith will run all the way up and just fall on her knees beside Tomek and Faith, or Tomek and Hope, and shove the wrapped diamond at Hope.
Hope will take the diamond and she was going to rest it directly on the holy symbol that appeared. And she is going to start the hour-long raise dead ritual.
Okay. You begin to start the ritual, and the further along that you get, the glowing begins to intensify until the point to where you get to the final point of this ritual, and everything, it's almost like these pieces just kind of lock into place, and then in an instant, the glowing that's been kind of just getting brighter and brighter and brighter just flashes, and Tomek is just lifted off the ground about 6 inches and is just levitating there, still with the sash over his face. The way this will work is because he has died and been brought back once already, his DC is at 11. For anyone who would like to speak on his behalf, or maybe do something to help with this ritual, I will associate it with a different skill check. We cannot copy skill checks. We're obviously stealing this from Critical Role because it's just a great option. But let's say Hope decides to use Persuasion to persuade Osiris. Persuasion skill check is now off the table. For every successful skill check, which sets the DC at a 10, every successful skill check, we will lower 3. Every failure, we'll add 1. At the end, we'll take the final number, and because Hope casted the spell, Hope will roll a d20, and no modifiers, and she would just have to beat the DC. So right now we're set at 11. Who would like to go first? Just let me know how you're assisting in this ritual, or, maybe it's something you're saying, and what skill you want that to attribute to.
So I don't know if you'll allow this or not, but Mox will just go, or Malavar will go into, again, full prayer mode, and I'm hoping that I can use my charge of Bless on Tomek and Hope.
So Bless wouldn't help on a resurrection. It's just gonna be a skill check that modifies the DC.
Nothing except religion.
I think his intention is to use it as a way to aid in the spell, perhaps.
Yeah, if you want to just use it as a way to aid,
Flavor text.
I will say that we could use this as a religion roll if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay, so give me a religion roll. The DC is 11.
And this is just to help lower the DC, correct?
This is to help lower it.
Okay.
And you can decide to abstain, and because you potentially could raise the DC. So it's up to you.
No, he'll try.
Okay.
$17.
All right. Anyone else?
Hope
Go ahead.
is going to use insight.
In what way?
by speaking to Father Thomek about the way she has observed how he has affected Faith in a positive way that no one else, including herself, has been able to do.
Okay.
And plead with him that if he doesn't want to come back for himself, to do it for Faith.
Okay. Give me an insight check. DC set an 11.
Me.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Hell yes.
Or 29.
Okay. Anyone else? 7?
Guilt tripping him back to life.
Get back here.
You're not allowed to die,
Um,
motherfucker.
Faith,
And
Oh,
you
go
can
ahead.
you can abstain and still say something if you want, and you can abstain to roll if you wish. That way you don't feel like you're just like, nah, screw this guy.
Faith would spend the hour praying between Osiris and pleading with the spirit of Tomek to come back, that she needs him, and that he promised that he would always be there. And at the same time, praying to Osiris that if this is his will, to welcome Tomek into the Golden Fields with open arms.
Okay. Give me a religion check. Oh, I can't. You can't give me a religion check.
I know. I was just right after I rolled. Persuasion is a +0 too.
Let's do persuasion.
Can we use that roll?
No, we cannot.
An 11 still.
11. 7. Is there anything you'd like to do?
7 would try and harness his own arcane ability to help bolster Hope as she's performing this
Okay.
resurrection ritual.
Yeah, I like that. Using your knowledge of the arcane to position the sigils in specific locations.
Even if you want me to burn a sorcery point or two.
I will say, if you burn a sorcery point, I'll give you advantage on the roll.
Sorry, you cut out. What?
If you do decide to use a sorcery point, it would be an Arcana roll. If you decide to use a sorcery point, I will give you the roll at advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and burn one, and we'll roll that with advantage. 24.
Okay. As you guys all begin to say your piece and do the things you're doing to help out Hope, the DC is now low enough that you just can't roll a 1. Anything other than a 1 would be considered a success. Well, hold on a second. It is 8:30, so we're going to take our break and do the roll after the break.
Okay.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Let's say 15 minutes, 8:45. Do we need 15 or 10 minutes? What do y'all think?
10.
10. All right. 8:40. We'll start right back up. Okay, guys.
Be right back.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. So, Hope.
Yes.
In that final moment, as you know, the last bits and pieces of the ritual are complete, and you are finalizing the last procedure. You know, now all that's left is to reach out for the soul and ask it to return.
And
Roll me a d20.
do just that. It's a 5.
5 is not a 1.
5 is not a 1.
As you reach out, this being your first time doing it, it's not quite as strong of a link as you want, but you close your eyes and you see the floating spectral body of Thomek. And he has this small string or tether attached to him. And you see he's just being pulled off into the ether. And you move over into his direction. How would you like to bring him back?
I am going to reach a hand out for him to take.
You reach a hand out, and you see he looks over. And that smile he gives that just brings warmth and assurance that everything's okay. And he reaches his hand back and grabs your hand. And as he does, you begin to pull and tug. And that tether snaps. And what the rest of you see, as Hope's eyes are closed and she's in this moment, this golden glow begins to beam so bright you have to shield your eyes. And they get so bright you just have to look away. And the whole room is just pitch white with brightness. And as it begins to just rapidly fade back, you hear just a very soft thud, just, and you look over, and Father Thomek's no longer levitating, but simply lying. His face appears healed to an extent. There are still a lot of damages done, but it is healed to the point to where he looks functional. And you hear as he just takes this inhaled breath, and you just hear him just and he's just grunting in agony and pain as he just leans over to the side off of this altar and just vomits. And you notice that the vomit is both vomit, bile, as well as some blood mixed in as well. And he just
Hope
begins
is
coughing.
gonna hold his shoulders and like rub his back as he throws up.
Yeah, Faith would immediately stand up and lean over and like wrap an arm around his waist and a hand on his back to help steady him and make sure he doesn't fall off the altar.
And as he kind of finishes and sits back, and you can tell like just like leaning over to do that took every ounce of everything he had. And Mox, I'll say with your keen investigating skills, you notice that as he leaned over to retch, you see those same burn marks your father has along his backside. They're like the pink coloration in skin, but they're not long. They're not like the fingernail gashes like you saw before. It's just one singular point that was just like a thumbnail that's just dug into a specific point. And he kind of sits himself back up, and he just nearly collapses into both of your arms, Hope and Faith, and his eyes close, and he's just almost as if he just passes out from the pain as he's just grunting and screaming in pain, and then just leans over and retches, and then kind of comes back and just immediately just collapses into both of you, breathing.
I will cast a second level Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Nine points.
9 points. You see what you expect to be, you know how your healing works. This healing appears to be somewhat amplified. And has this, as his wounds begin to close in the way they normally do in a particular manner, it begins to glow just a slightly golden hue in those wounds that begin to close up just a little bit more. As he's still currently not awake, but he's alive. You, Hope, have been through enough resurrections in your time that you know that coming back from the dead is a massive ordeal. And it takes a lot of rest and a lot of recuperation for people who are not in peak physical condition like adventurers. And somebody in Father Tomek's advanced age may just be recovering.
We should get him to his bed. He's going to need a lot of rest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Faith will gather him up and carry him to bed.
Based off the way the spell is written, would a greater restoration affect him in any way? Help him at least maintain on his feet a bit better? Because it does remove levels of exhaustion.
You can try.
I think it does. Oh, never mind. It doesn't.
Do it anyway.
It doesn't.
Yeah. Oh no, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, he'll burn a charge for greater restoration.
Okay.
And just kind of like put his hands softly on his back and just kind of like over, not like pressing on it, but just his hand over where that mark is on his back as he casts the greater restoration.
Okay. You cast this, and you notice that he still appears to be unconscious just from the sheer toll that it took.
Yeah, Mox knows probably better than anyone what it's like.
Yeah. But you do feel like it took. So
Okay.
I will say one thing, that other thing that you noticed. Give me an investigation check with advantage.
So close to a nat 20. 11.
11. With your kind of hand on his back and kind of hand on his shoulder, you cast this greater restoration, and you felt something on his back.
When we get him, girls, when we get him, ladies, when we get him back to the bed, can we lay him face down? There's something on him that we need to check.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but let's get him lying down first.
You get him to the bed,
Yeah.
and
And Mox will kind of pick up his dad and bring him with.
I assume we're all moving together.
Yes.
You will not all fit.
No,
As-
he'll put him like in one of the office chairs.
Yeah.
Like just to like so he can sit down.
Okay. And you lay him down, and you kind of put him down. Like you said, you wanted to put him down, face down, so that you can check his back, and you kind of move the robes to the side a little bit, and that burned mark that he had on his back is no longer there.
Um, he had the same markings that my dad has on his neck, on his back, and when I cast the spell I did on him, I felt something take, and now that mark's gone.
And y'all look over, and even now, after it's been 2 hours or so since he's been kind of nurtured back to the point where he is, he looks like he's about to just fall over and collapse any moment. Mox's dad does, Ethquandor.
Maybe you should try that on your father.
Man,
I can try if you'd like.
Save your spells. Save your higher spells. It might be
Well-
better effective later.
Well, maybe I can find out a little more about what's actually affecting them.
Yeah, if you can recall any information on any magical effects that would do this before I hopefully get it to go away, that'd be great. Thank you.
Right.
And he'll kind of help getting Tomek resituated and on his back proper so he can rest better.
Oh, Faith would have taken care of that. She'll
Oh.
get him,
Yeah.
you know, all settled and tucked into bed and like pulled the blankets up, and then she's just sitting on the floor beside him.
Yeah, Mox, after you and Seven had that conversation, you look back and you notice the girls have just gone into like full, just
You're
nerd.
You're cutting
you
out,
cut out.
Chris.
All right. As you are looking back after talking to Seven, you just notice that the girls are just in full nurse mode as they're tending to every possibility that could arise with him. Overbearing, overprotective mother mode.
Yeah, Hope is like
Which is
checking
really
Tomek
weird for Faith.
over. Hope is definitely checking Tomek over for any lingering injuries, anything she needs to bandage.
And there are. You notice that
Yeah.
the eye, his right eye specifically, looks very. It looks like it's going to need some work. The socket is still kind of crushed.
Well,
the-
I will use Cure Wounds to cure the most of the damage as much as I can.
I'll say save your spells because you know that this raised dead. It's not an instantaneous fix. You know that
Okay.
you're under the impression that by morning, a lot of the ailment, a very vast majority of the ailment, should be fixed. You also know that it'd be better to wait and assess what additional help he might need, and he probably will need based on the severity of his wounds.
Okay. Well, I will definitely make him comfortable for now by bandaging stuff up. So if he shifts in his sleep, he doesn't mess anything up.
And there are times where he just kind of is just out cold. And then eventually he just kind of shoots awake and starts screaming in pain. And the two of you kind of hold him and gently just kind of take care of him. And then he just passes back out again. As you see another, in that moment, you see that eye socket that you were noticing, that broken, sunken eye socket cracking back into place. As it looks like he's enduring a very painful ritual of being brought back. But Mox and 7, what do y'all want to attempt with Aquandor?
Esquindor.
Aquandor.
7 will move over to Mox's father and examine the marks on his neck, and gently touching them, he'll cast Identify.
Okay. Um. Hmm. Okay. Based rules as written, I will give this to you. You learn that he is under the effect of a very powerful branding, which is considered a curse. The only other time you've heard of somebody branding somebody is when Mox did it in combat, giving you the impression that it is something a blood hunter does.
He'll just kind of step back. Mox, I think someone of the same skill set as yourself might have done this. These are brandings.
The only other people I know that are like that is Gregor, and there's no way he would ever do something like this. I mean, they just know where he's at right now. Okay, I can fix this. I can fix this. I can't use this anymore for today. So if something else goes wrong, one of you two are gonna have to. Dad, I'm gonna do the thing again. I just need you to hold on for a second. And he'll hit him with that second greater restoration.
Okay. You kind of lean over and hit him with that. Get ready to hit him with that second greater resurrection. Cast it through, and you see that those burn marks begin to heal and kind of sizzle and begin to fade away. And for the first time, he kind of breathes a little deeper. I think whatever you did worked. Thank you.
I don't suppose you saw who attacked you.
I was asleep and he's like rubbing his neck. By the time that I could even react, they were on me, and based on the positioning, I assumed there were two of them, but I could not. I had no time to react before my face was covered.
It's okay. Just rest up. We got Thomek back, and the hope and faith are taking care of him.
If it's alright with you, I might, and he kind of like takes one arm and for the first time stands up on his own, but he's still kind of wobbly. I might, try to sleep this off myself, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, I'll check in on you every now and again. And when you're feeling better, we need to have a talk.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And he kind of, as he's walking by, he kind of uses Seven, kind of uses you as like a prop almost to keep himself steady. He grabs the door and makes his way back to his room.
Seven kind of squints at being used as a crutch.
Mox looks at him just like, I'm so sorry.
It's his Seven's eyes kind of snap wide for a moment. Oh no. And you'll see him just start moving around the office, like going through drawers, looking in cabinets, just like searching
What is it?
frantically. It was here. The diamond.
Oh, fuck.
Thomek was. Thomek had the black diamond.
We want to ask the girls if they can check his robes. I don't. He's gonna like creak open the doors a little bit, the door a little bit into the other room. Hey, bad timing, but also kind of good. Does Tomek happen to have that diamond, Seven's diamond on him still?
You know, just all the apologize for my all the handling you've done of Father Tomek and assisting him and everything. If he had a diamond on him, you'd have felt it.
No, he doesn't.
He's hidden it somewhere.
I'll go help them look. If you want to stay with him, Faith, or I can stay if you want to go help look.
We can take care of it if you two need to stay here or if...
Heaven.
Upon hearing Hope say that, and just like, I can go and look, or Faith, if you need me to go look. Faith, you feel Father Tomek's hand just kind of squeeze yours tighter in that moment. Like he's holding on to you.
I think I should stay here.
Okay.
Seven and I talked a little bit about this last night. I want Seven to look at the bones. I want to know more about them. They're
Okay.
behind the altar under the floor.
Okay, we'll look.
Okay.
You stay with him.
Hope, you now feel your hand squeezing a little bit more. And you see just like just a small tear just forming in the corner of his eye and just trickling down.
Hey, we can...
Okay, I'll stay too.
Yeah, we can take care of it. It'll be fine. We'll go
Hope
check things out.
Hope will sit down again and just gently wipe the tear away.
Yeah.
Faith just kind of lays her head down on his hand that she's holding on to.
Mox will kind of fully walk in, take off his overcoat and put it over Faith before walking out. We're gonna go. We'll see what we can find.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As you guys walk out, you hear, ladies, just the faintest from Father Thomek. I'm sorry. Another tear begins to formulate in the corner of his eye.
There'll be time for that later. Just rest.
Squeezes both of your hands just a little bit before that pressure of squeezing just kind of subsides, and you see his head slink a little bit as he kind of passes out again. Seven of Mox.
Hope.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Faith.
Hope.
Yeah?
Did we do the right thing?
By bringing him back?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. Thank you.
You don't need to thank me. It's what I do.
No. Thank you for just always being you.
I will always be me.
I love you.
I love you too.
Faith will reach over with her other hand to hold Hope's.
Hope will take her hand.
Okay.
Seven of Mox. The two of you kind of exiting the office after, I will say, after taking an additional 20 minutes of completely turning the office over and finding no diamond. You guys head to the altar, move it aside, before seeing a ladder that heads directly down into a very darkly lit subterranean hallway.
Are you gonna be able to be down there?
Nope. And he hops down the ladder.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Okay. Thank God. Okay. He'll like get down. He'll like slide down the ladder, and ruffle, grab a torch and light it, and like, all right, here you can at least see now.
He was staring at a wall when you got there. Oh, that's better.
Yeah. Maybe like if we get the ants when things aren't horrible, maybe Victoria can make you like night vision or something.
You would think I would be able to do that.
Yeah, who knows? The gods might bestow Victoria the knowledge.
You guys go down this hallway and eventually enter the crypt area, and you see this pile of bones arranged to look like a skeleton. Very old, very brittle, very ancient, but you see it.
These must be
These
the
are
bones.
them, yeah.
Seven will go up to them and very gingerly also try and cast Identify on them.
Okay. You cast Identify on the bones. And you notice that what you get are that these are the bones of Osiris before he was eventually given God status when he was simply a mortal man. And there are magical properties that consecrate the grounds. And they are specifically set to consecrate the grounds of this exact dimensions of the city of Vallaki. As long as they are maintained in a specific place and have undergone a consecration spell and not been desecrated at all, not been messed with or moved or removed from the city. Once they are removed from the city, it takes another consecration spell to reconsecrate the grounds. But these are the mortal bones of a god.
Seven will just kind of step back, just a little bit mind blown, just from the amount of information coming at him. These are the bones of Osiris.
What?
Before he gained his divinity, he was immortal. And these are his remains.
How is this possible? What? These. I don't.
I find it hard to understand, but that's what the magic has told me.
We worked with you before, but there's no way we can give her the bones now.
No. They protect this city as long as they're here. And now I understand how.
And as long as they're here, Winter can't come here herself. She has to continue to send goons in to do her dirty work.
It looks like that. And at least we know she has another blood hunter working with her.
That a different issue, I guess. I don't know. It's information. All information. No information is bad information. Yeah. I don't.
Well,
Fortunately and unfortunately, as you can see, it's a fairly easy enough thing to dismiss. So, if we managed even to get her or someone used as a goon, she'd more than likely be able to get him taken care of. But it's something that I can't do. That if you want to let one get away, and maybe we can see where he goes back to before it dissipates. I know, sorry, I know that's a topic shift. Strategy brain never really goes away.
it's a good idea. just we'll keep it in mind for after we've settled business here. And with that, Seven will cast detect magic and just kind of walk around the crypt, looking to see if there's any other like hidden area where you could stash a diamond or secret passage, just anything.
Yeah. You go to cast detect magic. Do you use the spell or do you ritual cast?
I
I'm sorry, to
will.
use the slot, I should say.
I'll just go ahead and burn the slot. Yeah.
As you go to cast, you notice that there's something preventing you from casting any spells. Not like you're being counterspelled. There's just something preventing you from conjuring magic at all.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
I I can't conjure the weave
What?
to try and I was looking for any other magical things that might be down here, but I can't call on it. It's like
Like-
something's blocking me.
Anti-magic field guy.
Hmm. Likely. Which would make sense. If I wanted to hide something very powerful and important, anti-magic field would be a good place to put it.
Safe from any place that would be able to defend. Safe from any divination magic or location. Oh, but um, but, okay, so we just gotta do the old-fashioned search then. And Mox will go around like the walls, like feeling, pressing in bricks, seeing if there's like any ledge, see if there's any ledges or like bricks that might come out or anything like that.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. Or one of you with advantage or both of you. Either one.
I can give you advantage if you want. If you're
I only have a +1, so if you have a better advantage.
nah, same.
All right, okay. I mean, it makes sense. I'm the one, saying I was doing it. All right.
If there are any like torch sconces, Seven's like pulling on them because he read in a book of a secret passage that way.
Okay.
That's a 17.
17. With the 17, you pull on the torch sconces. Nothing happens, unfortunately, 7. And you start trying to maneuver pushing different bricks, pulling bricks, checking for pressure plates, moving things around. And particularly in this crypt, you don't find anything. But outside of the crypt, the hallway that goes from the stairwell down over to the crypt, you're kind of feeling along the path and the stone shifts and you see there is a path, and as it opens up, all these sconces magically light up, and it just goes forever in that direction.
Moxes can look over to 7. Do we go on ahead or do we wait for the other two? But we really shouldn't leave Thomek alone right now.
They might need to be here for this. I don't know how far this will go.
I mean, I'm
7, standing
fast.
where you are currently, that feeling of not being able to conjure the weave subsides, and you feel like in this hallway that connection to the weave reestablish.
I can run fast enough that I can run for a while, see how far down it goes, and it just keeps going. I'll come back and wait. We can wait to see enough time. I mean, we know this is possibly lead down to the other tunnels to, and possibly, I mean, help us find an easier path. But I mean, fuck it, there's gonna be no easier path getting through that place. That place was a corn maze of a corn maze.
No, that place also, the tunnels we went through didn't have any kind of markings or lighting. Maybe this is different.
Yeah, why would Strahd need lights? Do you want me to go run down and see what I can find real quick and back, or just wait for save this for maybe the morning? I don't want to say morning. Still morning right now. It's like only like 11 o'clock, right?
If that, yeah, probably about 10ish.
Yeah. I mean,
You'll notice Seven is like almost having a hard time standing still.
you want to go down there, don't you?
I feel I need to.
All right. You want me to lead the way? I can take a hit better, but or you if you have a pole down that way, by all means.
Let's go.
All right.
Let me ask you guys this question. How long are you going to walk for? What is the maximum amount of time you guys would walk before you decide it's too far?
10 minutes? What do you think, Seven?
Seven is kind of single-minded right now. There's nothing else really going on in his brain besides getting to the end of this tunnel.
As they're like going and like Mox like kind of stopping, like, hey, we've been walking for a while, shouldn't we turn back or something?
I will say that you guys walk for about half an hour. You're at about the 30-minute point.
So if we keep going, we're gonna be have gone for back for an hour. The girls are starting to start to worry.
Has the passage like changed any directions, or has it just been straight?
No, it is a straight path with these illuminated torches every so often. It's not like it's not symmetrical, so there's not a torch like exactly every 20 feet. There's just a torch, and then as soon as that light begins to diminish, there's another torch. And as soon as that light begins to diminish, there's another torch.
Max, I feel I have to keep going. I have to know what's at the end. Go back and tell the girls what we found out about the bones. I won't get myself into trouble. I will stop if there looks like there's something that I can't handle and wait for you guys.
After everything that's been going on, I'm not even what happened a few nights ago. I'm not gonna leave you alone to deal with anything again. I'll walk down this line with you. We'll find out what's at the end. We'll apologize to them for making them worry if anything happens. But I'm not leaving anyone's side again. Not letting them go through something alone.
Thank you, Max. Oh, maybe this will help speed things along. And he'll throw out the flying carpet and speak its command word.
So it is a narrow passageway.
Like 5x5.
Yeah, it's like a 5x5 passageway. The carpet's not gonna fly through this.
Would not fit here.
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause it's probably like a 10x10, like a 10x10 rug.
If it's big enough to hold 2.5 people, it's too big for this hallway.
He throws it out and it's like stuck at an angle. Oh shit.
It would have been great to have, I'm not gonna lie, but we can keep walking. Fine.
Y'all keep going about another 10 minutes or so before finally you see a like a staircase that ascends directly upward. A much haphazardly put together rickety staircase that you saw versus the staircase that you saw leading down, which was made of stone and was almost like built into the hallway. This is something that's been haphazardly, very quickly put together. And you get up to the top and you notice that there's a hatch that's been closed that's made of like these, it's made of like affixed wood pieces with twigs and straw and some grass put over it to camouflage. Mox, you quickly realize this is a camouflaging technique.
Well, I'm thinking my suspicion was right, Seven. I think this is gonna, with how far we're walking, we're definitely outside Velaki. Let me go up first. Pretty sneaky. I can hear and see if we can got good perception. I can see if we're gonna come up on anything bad.
Okay.
Just all right. Just be prepared to kill something if I say murder. And Mox will walk up to the. Is it? You said it's at like an above hatch, correct?
Yeah, it's
like-
you're climbing straight up with a hatch above your head.
Yeah, he'll like gingerly go up the ladder, just like making sure his weight's good, testing each leg as he goes up.
It's a little suspect.
Again, that's why he's taking it slow. And at first he'll kind of put his ear up to the hatch to see if he can hear anything. He knows he's like putting probably his ear up to dirt or something, but just trying.
Yeah, I won't make you roll. You don't hear anything, but you do hear like the sounds of nature, letting you know that your suspicion is correct. You're no longer in the city.
He is going to slowly push open the hatch, knowing it's slowly as he can, as he probably it's not been well oiled and it's probably gonna squeak.
So it's not like a metal hatch. It's like it's just somebody took a bunch of straw and a bunch of sticks and twigs and just like tied them all together and then made this like flip hatch to cover it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you kind of push it up a little bit, and it doesn't make a whole lot of noise at all. And you kind of look around, and the first thing is adjusting to the instant amount of brightness going from this dark, dimly lit interior to being outdoors. And you look around, and give me a perception check. It's based on sight, so it would not be an advantage.
Yep. Okay. Ugh. 12.
That's okay. You notice that there are a group of there are two like burly individuals that are like leaned up against a tree that are kind of like passed out, that are again also covered in these branches and leaves and laying in a position to give them a lot of cover, to blend them in with their surroundings. And With a 12, that's all you notice.
Okay. Mox will bring it back down and kind of inform Seven of everything that he saw up there, and we're like I was right. We're no longer in Velaki. This looks like another way in. But there was two really big dudes out there. Looked like they were they asleep? It looked like.
Mm-hmm. And big as in like burly, not big as in like Gregor.
Right. Yeah, just okay. Yeah, just like burly dudes that look like they belong in a bar fight. Were sleeping under some branches up there. Looked like they were trying to conceal themselves from something. We can go up together. You're a bit better at talking than I am. See what's going on, or you can. It looked like the technique on the hatch looked like the same way that they had covered themselves. So they may have put this here. Maybe they guarded or something.
Maybe they know about this passage and its purpose.
Do we want to check, or we've been gone for about like an hour now almost? It'd be an hour there, an hour back with the other two, and who knows what'll change in 2 hours.
Maybe let's just see. And Seven will kind of motion to move up and slowly start making his way up to the hatch.
He's just kind of like before he like gets on the ladder a little bit, and he just kind of like looks at Seven, and then he kind of like feels like how wobbly the rungs are already. You need to be. This is gonna sound weird. You need to be as light as you can on these steps. This thing's, I think, barely holding me. And
I will try, but I can't change the density of the materials I'm made of.
I know. I'm just saying. I hope you can make it up here, and he'll go up and get the hatch open and wait for Seven up top.
Yeah, it's a little a lot of cricketing, a lot of is this the moment where it crashed and I crashed down to the ground? And it's not a super high climb, it's only about 15 feet at the most. Maybe 20 feet. But yeah, eventually you do get up.
So the two individuals, Seven would see them at this point.
Mm-hmm. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. God.
Can we roll above a 10 on important checks, please?
Keep going.
We do not argue with the dice tonight. They gave us the good rolls when we needed them.
That's fair. That's fair.
You said they were burly. Are they like normal human-sized people?
Mm-hmm. Just bigger and buffer and slightly taller than most, but yeah.
Moxwell's gonna make sure that he closes the hatch to make it so that they doesn't seem like they came out of the hatch. Maybe they came from somewhere else.
Yeah, you close it.
Seven will kind of reach out with his staff and kind of tap the foot of one of the individuals.
As you go and take your staff and reach over to kind of tap, lightning quick, all of a sudden, whoosh, grabs your staff. Who are you? What are you doing?
Ah, I'm 7.
Mean no harm.
Then I suggest you leave. And as he's saying that, he's kind of like reaching over and awaking the person next to him, who's very quickly like shuffling, and you see moving like leaves and quickly grabbing this crossbow and pointing it directly at you. Now.
7 will just kind of hold up his hands to show that he's not a threat. Look, we found a passage from the church.
As you say that, you hear the arrow click.
We're friends with Father Thomek. We were just trying to find out what happened to him.
I won't make you roll because it's so blatantly obvious when he says, "I have no idea what you're talking about. Scram." Mox, give me an perception check with advantage.
Yes, sir. 26.
You smell that smell again. Coming from the one talking.
You've been Brandon, haven't you?
Kind of squints at you. And he sticks his hand into this bush, or this bushel of leaves. And you notice he's grabbing something. I suggest you leave. And as he says leave, and his mouth opens slightly bigger with your 26, you notice that his teeth are fanged. Quite like yours, and a lot like Gregor's.
I see. Well,
How long you been like that?
He pulls up a crossbow. Last chance. Leave or die. Like your father did.
ooh.
And he pulls it up, and now as there's a crossbow pointed at each of you.
I think
7.
7's gonna hit the panic button.
Oh no! Like Box just like kind of chuckles and just goes 7. Murder.
7's eyes immediately turn red, and I cast Summon Construct.
Oh shit.
And Mox will like quickly beast shape.
Okay, we're gonna go.
Yep.
We're gonna go into some combat music here, and we're gonna roll initiative. Let's turn that off for a second.
Oh, this is why we don't allow the boys to go off on their own.
Oh my god! Look, he made a very bad choice of words. Okay.
God.
Hope is making tea for Faith and Father Thomek, by the way.
It is just
I
going,
feel like that's important to say right now.
and it's just like,
You know,
I
just
bet they
that little-
found all the things. That's what's taking them so long. They just found everything.
You're doing such a thorough job. I'm so proud that we sent Mox and 7 out, the responsible two.
So level-headed and responsible. They would never fly off the handle and do anything stupid. Dean would never let that happen.
We're not the ones doing anything stupid. We're just trying to ask some questions, man. Look. Wait,
Alright.
why am I all the way moved?
I'm just trying to find my damn jewel.
Look,
Where'd you
we
move
only
to?
have one more fucking diamond coming towards us, so keep that in mind.
Let me.
Also, we figured out how they're getting into Vallaki, guys.
Yeah. Pretty sure we did.
I mean, that's how it's how they're doing it. There's
Yeah.
they would have to go through the gates otherwise, or other. What? It's probably
Yeah.
one of the ways they're getting in.
Into the church.
Yeah.
Where's the thing for the... It's fine, we'll do it this way. We'll just use commoners for the tokens. No biggie.
Yeah, they got the same stats, right?
Sure they do.
Yeah, awesome, easy fight. Let's go. I love it.
I don't know where you went, Mox, but here's another Mox.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to me.
I don't know either, but it's okay. Alrighty.
Let me delete that one. I can't control it.
Okay, goodbye. So, initiative. Mox, you got a 16, 7,
did.
you got a 6.
Oh, do I need to roll initiative for my
No,
construct?
it'll go directly after you.
Okay.
And then we will add a turn for the definitely just commoners. And let's they're gonna have a +2 to their initiative for a 4. All right. So up first, Mox. You see the two of them reaching. You see the two of them reaching and pulling their crossbows up. What do you want to do?
He's gonna go after the one that went after said something about his dad. Of course he is. And he'll.
You can interpret it however you want, but he did say killed him just like the father, not your father.
I thought he said your father.
Like I said, you can take it however you want. Maybe that's what Mox heard.
Okay. Sorry, need to take a D6 of necrotic damage. Oh, 5, that's not fun. Damage. And his will ignite in green his claws will ignite in green electricity, as he will hop on over, and make a claw attack.
Okay. On which one?
The one he's right next to, 11. I'm assuming that misses.
We'll do this. We'll have one fight inside and one fight outside. Oh, we can keep track of them. Or I can always put little dots. One's red and one's blue. That's easy.
The stream is not updated, by the way. Oh, you stuck it at the top. Never mind. I see it now.
Okay. You rolled an 11 to hit?
Yeah, on the first attack.
Yeah, that misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought so. Let's try again. Oh my god, another 11. Yeah, that's okay. That was a fun turn.
Yeah, so you just go, and I will tell you one thing. They seem very prepared for your quick strikes, as if they've trained against these kinds of forms.
Kind of figured.
7.
Yes.
You're up.
Okay. Let us see. First, let me find it. I will bonus action place my Hexblade's Curse on the blue individual.
Okay.
Moving up to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will do a booming blade with my Dagger of Shattered Dimensions
Okay.
on this individual.
I've got to get that out of your inventory.
That's a 20.
Okay. That hits.
Okay, let's see. So he'll take
Jesus. Why did I give you a
think-
legendary item?
That's your own fault, sir.
It's great.
So if I'm not, I need to look at Booming Blade real quick because
Yeah,
They have to
it's-
move. They have to move for the damage to take place.
So, at basically the second level of the cantrip, they do take 1d8 thunder damage, and if they move, they take an additional 2d8, I believe, on top of just my normal melee attack.
if a target moves 5 feet or more before then, that takes 1d8 thunder damage. So on a hit, the target suffers normal damage. So there's no 1d8 the first time. So that 8 is only added if he moves. The 13 is the damage. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
It
But
has
when
that
it
fifth
when you
level.
get
Oh,
yeah, when you
fifth
get
level.
that level up at 5th level,
Right.
it does a d8 damage.
Yeah, on hit, and then
Okay,
the
so it's
movement damage.
yes.
is 2d8, yeah. So
We need to get the
yeah.
dagger damage in there.
Yes,
That's what we're
let me-
missing.
Let me roll that real quick.
So it's 8 plus whatever the dagger damage is. Another 8, so 16. And then if he moves, it's another 13 points of damage.
Yep.
I'm on board now.
And then that will be all for 7. And for his construct, he has
Oh, yeah,
summoned.
construct.
Doesn't he also have to make a con save too, or wisdom save?
Oh,
Or
he
be paralyzed.
does.
Be paralyzed.
He does.
Shh. Yes, he does. His wisdom
Can't believe
is
Winter left
0.
this dagger.
He has a +0 to his wisdom. What's your spell save DC?
It is crap. Where is it?
It's crap. Okay. I rolled an 18.
15. He's fine.
So he is not paralyzed.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
I think your spell save DC is probably like what, 17?
No, for this dagger it's 16.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's fine. I will. With his summon construct, he has summoned a gleaming metal construct that looks like a very big version of just him.
Oh, I got this.
Okay. Yes. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, advantage.
Only for him.
Oh, fuck you.
He's not big enough to give both of you advantage.
Yeah, it's still medium size, but it is a metal golem essentially as far as statistics.
Yes.
And 7 will just be like tiny smash, and it's gonna make 2 slam attacks against this guy.
Oh my god.
7 misses.
All right, he will try again.
That's a D8.
Wait, you rolled a D8. I think you rolled.
Yeah,
I don't know what you rolled, to be honest with you.
that looked like it rolled damage.
Yeah, sorry, first time using this spell. Let me. What is his spell attack? Your spell attack modifier to hit. So
Yeah, so
let me
just click your
roll.
spell attack modifier and it'll automatically do it. Or it should.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a crit with the Hexblade curse on him.
This poor guy. Okay.
You want me to re-roll damage?
Roll damage on this one first.
Okay. I know what I need to do to speed that up for next time. Let me roll. It's the same, so.
So 6. The dice was a 2, so that's 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus your hex.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your hex and double that.
Let's see. the Hexblade Curse just adds like a flat amount.
Okay,
Yeah,
how,
it's just your charisma
plus 4
modifier.
plus
damage.
so an extra 4. Okay,
Yeah.
because it's not a roll. All right.
Yeah.
So you just see. Go ahead and roll another one because I believe he gets 2 attacks. Does it not?
All right.
You're rolling with advantage, right? You're flanking it.
It is true.
Oh.
You are flanking it.
Oh, I love this.
Because you definitely summoned it behind him to get advantage. Yeah, that hits. Do some more damage.
Right. That will be 11.
11 points of damage. And this thing just, and it picks him up. The first time it just shoves its fist down and just slams him into the ground, and then it closes his hand and picks him up and just throws him back into the ground, and he's just laying there. He is fucked up, and he's just making no sense.
What did you say about Mox's dad, you son of a bitch?
And he's just laying there like. Anything else you'd like to do?
He'll just be like, drop your weapons. And that'll be his turn.
This guy that just got fucking obliterated is gonna like just kind of lean over, and you notice like one eye is like black and completely shut, and he is gonna try to shoot you point blank, which is at disadvantage because
That's a good choice.
he's surrounded. So he is a +3 to the roll. So it's a 13 and is a 13 hit?
Nope.
No?
Mm-mm.
He misses both of his, he's like, poof, and you just move out of the way, and he shoots and misses again. And then realizing his fate, he just turns the crossbow around, loads it one more time, and just shoots himself in the chest. And gets rid of it. Deletes his one
Just
hit
offs
point.
himself?
I mean, he looks back at this giant construct, is like, what's better? It just turns the crossbow around and just fires it.
7 and the construct copy of himself, just both in unison, turn to the other guy. Both eyes just glowing red.
The other guy that has the branding also transforms into his form, which is not a werewolf but a werebear, and it stands
he's
up
more
on
like him.
it stands up on its 2 hind legs and we'll take its multi-attack. Cool. +6 to their attacks. So 2 of those. So a god damn it 10 and a maybe 16.
Nope.
Fuck. Fine. I guess.
My turn, bitch. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step so I get flanking with Seven's column.
So you wouldn't have flanking where he. Okay, let me put him back to exactly where he is. He's here. They're like this. That would not.
But-
this would give you
No.
flanking. This would not.
Well, okay, but Seven just so they were both one up higher, because they were above they were right in front of the next guy. They were right next to the other guy.
7, how'd you end up where you are?
Because you moved them down.
Oh. Yeah, so he would have been.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I got messed up by moving the other 7. Yes, he's here.
Okay. Yeah.
Apologies.
It's all good. $16 hit.
16 just misses.
Christ, can I please hit this guy?
He has this very thick bear hide.
No.
20, thank you.
God, fuck y'all.
Nice.
I'm just kidding.
Oh man, I didn't
Do
use my
a lot
bonus.
of damage.
I didn't use my bonus
Oh,
action
you
first.
didn't.
No, because I could have made him take an extra Hemocraft die. That would have been cool. Okay. So this is going to be a... Why are both my... Why are both my predatory strikes at +4 damage? That doesn't make sense. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look at this later.
Yeah, we'll just keep it where it
So-
is and do it
Yeah,
later.
that's so that's 8 damage from the slash.
So it is 8 plus 12 damage because you critted.
Yes, sorry, yes.
Oh no, that's your
Uh,
first strike. You're right. I'm wrong
yeah.
again. Oh no, you only had one hit.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. And so this is the second one. So this is gonna be
Well, the first one
wait.
missed. So you only had 2 attacks. You missed, just barely missed, and then you critted. So you're that.
yeah, but this I'm rolling the thunder damage now.
Yeah.
lightning
So that was
damage.
12 damage, and then the lightning.
Additional 4 lightning damage.
Got it.
And then I will use my branding on him as well, because I believe it's just on hit. Brand castration. Whenever you damage a creature with a weapon that has an active and crimson right, you can sear the brand into them. Okay. Yep, he is branded.
Okay. Which brand are you using?
It's just the brand of castigation. That's the
Okay.
only one I have.
Okay.
So if he each time the creature, I will just, there you go.
Okay.
And that is my turn. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna use my bonus action to do a third claw attack.
Okay.
That's a 25 to hit,
That hits.
and that's 10 points of slashing
Okay.
and 4 points of lightning.
He looks like he's taken some damage, but overall looks okay.
His claws are magical, but are
Mhm.
considered magical, by the way.
Yes.
Just putting that out for resistances. And that is his turn.
Yeah, he took full damage. Okay.
Nope, I just...
7.
Okie dokie. So here's what Seven's going to do. He is going to.
I never
back
like
up.
when Chris is super confident like this. It's never good for me. Backing up, he will get a attack of opportunity.
Mhm.
Attack of opportunity.
All right.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, that's gonna be a +4 to hit. Well, isn't this just like every combat we ever have, ever?
Oh, everyone was worried.
According to plan.
Combats are just one-sided when the DM can't roll.
Go
ahead.
Seven will then burn 4 sorcery points
Oh.
to regenerate his 4th
Yep.
level spell slot,
Oh my god.
Yep.
and he is going to cast Psychic Lance
Oh,
on this
Oh my god, that's such a
Cool.
good spell.
all right.
man. And to flavor this, Seven thinks about the massive amounts of smut that Hope and Amanda brought together. Recalls every bit of that information perfectly
no.
and focuses
Oh, no.
it into a piercing lance of pure data, and he drives it into this man's skull.
Just a stream of 0 1s
Oh
just right
god.
to his forehead.
It's a save,
So
is
he
it?
needs DC 15 intelligence save.
Intelligence. He has a +0.
I rolled like shit.
Oh, 16,
Okay, he beats it, so he takes half of that.
which is 6. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
As he
You
takes
know
it,
what, Chris?
yeah.
Chris, I'm gonna use my reaction to make it so he takes he becomes oh wait, hold on. No, never mind. I don't think it works that way. Let me check something. Exposure. Never mind. Okay, it only gets rid of resistances. It doesn't make them vulnerable.
Yes. Okay.
That will be it for 7. It's unfortunate you saved. But now it is the construct's turn,
Oh yeah.
and he will lay out a
Smash.
couple smashes at advantage. So 23.
23. That's gonna hit. Most def.
Let's see, that will be. Nope, that's the wrong one. Ah, terrible.
Natural one. Yeah, so the 23 definitely hits. The natural one, it
well,
goes.
That was the damage for the first hit.
Oh. 5 points of damage. You got it.
Second slam. 18 hit?
18 hits.
Okay.
This construct, man.
8.
Just consistent.
Smashing.
Just.
Yeah.
It's not able to quite pick it up and slam it like it was the human form with this giant bear that's just riled up on its back 2 hind legs. But it's just like taking its hands and just plowing, and just punching the living shit out of it. Oh, I got the hiccups.
All right, Kate.
That'll
That'll
right.
be it for him.
For him, okay. He is, I don't think he's gonna do this just yet. No, I don't think so. Nah, he's gonna save it. What he is going to do is he's going to take 2 swipes at you, Mox. Both with +4s. 19.
19 hits.
God, I got 1 hit, guys.
And
Like
6 is not.
6 attacks, I got 1 hit. So 1d10 +4 damage. That's 12 points of slashing damage as he finally strikes true.
Okay.
And then
He does not have a Crimson Right active, does he?
he does not.
Okay, I'm gonna take only 6 points then.
And you notice that he begins to turn his back to you as if he's facing the golem. And as he turns his back, you notice that there is this very distinct, and I will get you a carving. I will get you a picture of it. But there's like this very distinct branding on his back shoulder that you notice. And he begins to take off and run. Giving the construct and Mox and 7 all attacks of opportunity.
Okay. I want to check something. He also, when he attacked me, he took 3 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Do we get advantage as? No, we don't because he steps out of our.
Right.
thing.
He would be here at that point.
Yes. Okay. All right. I figured out why my things were different. I did not have my sheet in hybrid form.
Booming blade damage goes off.
Oh yes, it does.
He wasn't hit with
Oops.
booming blade. It was the guy who
It was the other
suicided
one,
himself.
Oh yeah.
He realized there was no point left and just.
Ignore this roll. I accidentally rolled with advantage.
Okay.
There we go.
Damn.
19 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Sorry.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I
I hope you guys kill him.
I don't like
5
that.
points of slashing and 3 points of lightning.
Okay. 7.
7 wasn't within 5 feet of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's right. You backed up. So at this point, your golem gets an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, he rolled a 10.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that misses.
So he is going to 55, and then he's going to bonus action dash for another 55. He went 110 feet. I don't have 110 feet. He's off the map.
That's fine. He's gonna go. It's fine. We're gonna leave him.
Are you guys giving chase?
Nope. 7. Mox kind of looks to 7 real quick. Into just in a more animalistic growling speech. I can lead sense of direction for at least a long while, or unless he gets it dispelled. But he also had something else on there on his back. And Mox will shift out of his hybrid form and
Okay.
go back. All right, so it just like cracks his neck. All right, we need to get back, tell them, and we need to find a way to collapse this tunnel. Maybe
Agreed.
because a way in not only to Velaki, but into the church where the bones were. I have a feeling this is how Ron will someone get them back in.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Could I just have my construct like hop down in the
Oh,
tunnel
that's
and,
way
like,
too big.
Hulk smash?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
No, 7. We need to get back.
Yeah, do it.
No, we need to get back.
We're not collapsing. Okay.
Not right now. We need to get back first.
Okay.
Are you sure you don't want to do it now?
Yes. Can Box just like look around and take like a mental photograph of where they are to like see if like as they walk, as they travel, if he can notice where they're at.
Yeah, it's not too long because you recently spent time out here. You're just north of where the church is, outside of the city walls. Just where as you remember, out directly outside of the city walls is like a grassy area with no trees, and then after about a quarter mile to a half mile or so, the trees begin to thicken, and you're maybe another quarter mile in.
Okay, so we're maybe a good mile then.
Mile and a half.
Yeah, we're about a mile and a half outside the city, or at least away from the church. Yeah, let's start running back.
You're a mile and a half outside of the city walls, to be clear.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's head back. Let's let Hope and Faith know what we found. Hopefully I can at least figure out before the day's ends, figure out how far this guy got.
Okay. Sounds good.
Should we bring this guy's body? Or let's see if he has anything on him first.
Good idea. Let us check.
Okay.
Loot the body.
Yeah.
Body.
You loot the body, and you notice that there are 2 names written on it. One is Thomek's, one is your father's. There's also a satchel. The satchel has 200 platinum.
Ooh.
They were based off. I'm gonna say off Mox's 17 insight, he can gain that these are just bounty hunters.
And I sent you the.
I saw that. Yes.
I sent you what it looked like was on his back, and
The branding.
yeah, the branding. I'll see if I can.
Which he has 2 right now.
I'll see if I can't turn this into a handout so I can put it on stream. You guys talk.
7 will take his shoes.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need the shoes for any reason, or do you just want to start stealing shoes? I'm not gonna judge you. I just want to know if I need to like be on the lookout for nice shoes for you.
It's um, it's sort of like an insult. It's a custom I read about once. If
just, like,
you
beat
know
someone
someone
up so bad.
disrespects you, yeah, and you beat them up, you take their shoes. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
why, but it feels right.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
you beat
keeping
him up so
these.
good he offed himself. I mean, that's pretty bad. So
The coward's way out.
yeah, just didn't take a warrior's death like a little bitch. Okay. Mox is gonna grab the satchel of platinum, and the list, and okay, let's start running back.
Okay. I should be able to now. Yes. Okay. That hopefully shows up in stream. Let me see. Good. So you can see this is what it looks like. Sharing it with the players now. That was on his back. Giant 7 goes bye-bye. And the two of
Hi,
you
Tiny.
eventually make your way back into the church.
Nice. Mox will find whatever pressure plate he did and try to close it off first. That way, at least it's
Yeah. You're able to.
yeah.
The stone shifts back and you hear it lock into place.
All right. Let's go meet up with Hope and Faith again.
Okay, and Max, thank you for coming with me. I'm sorry, I really thought it was there, but
Sorry, it wasn't.
it's okay. At least we solved one mystery.
I don't think we're solving mysteries anymore. I think we just continuously find more cans of worms to open.
I'm sorry, I meant to say at least we murdered one mystery.
Yeah. There was only one body to loot, Christopher. Sorry. Yeah. No, like I said, I'm here for you for when you need this kind of stuff. I'm kind of nice to talk to, but I'm better for helping people sorting out their problems. But we'll find that diamond. I know we'll get back to you. I have a feeling it's kind of a key to bringing back your full memories. That's why else would have been inside you.
Seven will nod and move on in towards the girls.
Before Mox goes into the with the girls, he'll go in, check on his.
Okay.
Still doing okay.
Yeah, he's doing okay. He's sleeping. Like, you open the door and he kind of.
Oh. Cool, good. And
There's a
then
cup of tea sitting beside his bed.
he'll just smile softly and
kind of sees you and
quietly
just kind of waves a little bit and just kind of slumps his head back down and
go ahead to sleep, Dad.
passes back out.
And he'll join the rest of them in Tomek's room.
Girls, over the span of about 2 hours, is there anything in particular you guys wanted to do aside from just tending to Father Tomek's pains and ailments?
Do we have a visitor show up?
No.
Oh, I was wondering if Mommy Dearest would be there with the diamond yet.
Oh, no, they said they weren't open yet.
Okay.
Hope would have made tea and like probably just kind of puttered around Tomek's office looking through stuff and then would come back.
Okay.
Faith would have spent the time just probably once Hope got up, Faith would have crawled onto the bed on the other side of Tomek and just, laid there next to him, holding his hand. Just praying quietly.
Okay.
Not for herself, but asking Osiris to lend his strength to Tomek.
Okay. Hope, as you're leaving the room and kind of checking on the surroundings and doing what you're doing, you notice there's a figure. There's somebody over by the front pew. Just sitting. Give me a perception check. Oh.
There it is.
Oh.
I forgot how to spell perception. 23.
23. Nice. The thing that kind of sticks out to you to the most is this just bright red hair. It's just flowing down the shoulders. As you remember seeing this person before. As your mother.
I will walk over to her.
Okay. You see she's got her head down and she's obviously in some form of prayer.
I won't interrupt her, and I will just quietly take a seat beside her.
As you take that seat beside you, she hears you and just, I'm sorry. I'll leave. And she's gathering her things and begins to sit up and stands up.
No, you don't have to.
I'm sorry. I should not be here. I'm sorry. And she's just continued to gather her things.
Why shouldn't you be here?
I'm not supposed to be here. I don't know if it matters anymore, but I'm sorry.
Wait, why?
And you can see, like, she's obviously been crying. Her eyes are red and puffy.
Hope is going to reach over and try to take one of her hands and guide her to sit down again.
She takes it and very, very unsure, but eventually does sit back down and doesn't let go of your hand unless you let go of hers.
She doesn't let go.
It was part of the process. We were to not cross paths unless required. I did not come in the church. He did not come in the shop. It is a lot to...
He'll be okay.
She kind of looks at you, very confused. Sweetheart, your sister came by this morning.
I know.
He passed.
I brought him back.
And you see like this smile creep on her face, and oh, oh, thank you. She's just whispering thank you over and over.
Hope will take her other hand and just kind of rest it on her back and give her back a little pat. You know,
Will you do me a favor?
okay.
Please don't tell anyone you saw me.
Okay. Will you answer a question for me?
Yes.
If Osiris is our father, why am I the way I am?
She kind of leans over and looks at you and kind of like brushes the hair out of your eye behind and back behind your ear. What do you mean, the way you are?
I'm a tiefling.
Yes. When Osiris made his ascension, sacrifices had to be made. And one of those sacrifices was you can see she's really struggling with finishing the sentence, and is when he left us to help everyone. And the last gift he gave was the gift to make sure that you and your sister would not be traced back to me. So that we could sneak you and through the mist into Waterdeep with the help of Father.
Oh,
And it not be obvious if they came looking.
okay. It's the reason they hated me, you know.
They were
People you gave us to.
misguided people. And I'm so sorry. I never wanted this life for you. But I know it doesn't make anything better, but look where it led you. Look at you.
I suppose. Thanks for telling me, at least. I won't tell anyone you were here.
Thank you. Thank you.
And maybe I will come see you at your shop soon.
You can see like a genuine smile creep across her face, and I really hope you do.
Okay.
I'm sorry I couldn't be honest with you when I met you and told you that you were important.
I I guess I understand. I don't know that I agree with your choice, but I do forgive you. Because I think you were doing the best that you could at the time.
I needed to know that the two of you would be safe, and when you reached an age that you were able to help, I knew you were too good of a person to turn it down.
Well, I can't really say I regret it either. It's scary here, and everything is terrible, but I think this is where we're needed.
I knew you would be needed here. Sorry. She sneezes.
Bless you. Okay. Well, you should probably get going if you don't want to get caught, and I'll come see you at your shop sometime soon.
Oh, yes. And she takes a couple of the last things and, here. And she opens up her bag, and as she opens it up, there's just all these smells, or just these pungent aromas, and they're beautiful aromas, but there's just so many different ones. It kind of hits you for just a brief moment. And she pulls out this beautiful blue flower. It matches your dress. And she pins it behind your ear.
Thank you.
And she closes it real quick and gathers her things, and she gets about halfway before she kind of stops and looks back at you. Gives you like a haphazard wave, and then shuffles out the front door.
Okay. What the hell was I doing? Hope we'll just head back to everyone.
Yeah, we'll say like this is before the boys get back. We'll say you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get some tea. Do you want some tea?" And Faith was like,
Okay.
Sure." It just says sure, and then you walk back in with no tea.
Yeah. I forgot the tea.
It's okay.
I'm gonna take the blue flower from behind my ear and kind of tuck it in, like, my shawl around my shoulder.
Okay.
What's that?
It's a pretty flower. I liked it. I thought it matched my dress.
It does.
Yeah. And
You guys kind of continue tending to needs, and about another 45 minutes goes by before finally the boys do show up.
The boys get back in town.
Yep.
I
I had to. I'm sorry. Yeah, they kind of get back. Moss has got like a scrape or two on them, like small cuts, but otherwise they look fine.
Seven has a pair of shoes first.
Yeah.
Mason.
Seven has
so-
a pair of shoes just slung over his shoulder, and he has this like giant shit-eating grin on his face.
where? Why do you have shoes?
So some good news. We found a way. We found the way that all of the people have been getting into the city, especially the two that tried to kill Dad and Tomek last night. We actually,
Did kill.
what did you say?
I said did kill.
Yeah, I know. There was a secret. There was a pressure plate that opened up a very long passageway that led outside the city to where the bones are. And when we came up, there was a couple of guys there that were just hiding out, and they tried to get us to leave, to run away. Then they said something about how they were going to kill us, just like the father. One got away, but I can I can tell where he's at least until it gets dispelled or something.
I made a guy suicide himself. These are his shoes.
Seven made a guy shoot himself in the chest. Honestly, a little unnerving. I don't see nowadays.
That is a very efficient way to win a fight.
Does this mean the suicide booth works?
You know what? We're gonna still hold on to it. We'll get it trademarked.
This is why I kept the sign.
Yeah, exactly. You need make sure you put like a little C around with a circle around it. But the one that got away also had another branding on him, on his back, and he was a lichen, but he wasn't a werewolf. He was a werebear. And he'll like go over to Tomek's office, grab some paper, ink, and quill, and draw it out the best as he can. He had that on him, and the one that offed himself had a list with my dad's name and the father written on it, along with a lot of money. He'll kind of like take a quick second to give everyone 50 platinum just to disperse it out.
Oh, thank you. I'm so broke.
Yeah. These guys are obviously hired to do this. But I was talking with Seven, and I think we need to collapse the tunnel that leads here.
I'll go get some supplies from Gnome Depot. I'll be back.
7. Remember Gnome Depot suffered an unfortunate accident?
Oh.
Find the cause of that fire. It like gives like a cheeky grin.
Faith is just kind of standing there looking brow furrowed. She kind of looks a little confused, and she keeps like glancing around, and like every so often she'll glance back at Tomek.
Got something on your mind, Faith?
There's no way he didn't know about that passage, right?
Tomek?
I don't see how he could miss it.
Well, I only found it because I mean, I had to look fairly hard to find it.
But people coming in and out of the church, he would notice.
I'm not doing it while he's sleeping or he's busy with other things. And it doesn't look like, I mean, and where it popped out, it didn't look like it was very well, like, it didn't look very well designed. It was very rudimentary, just, I mean, the bladder was made out of sticks that were held together with twine. It was Almost like it
He
was.
knew when the bones were back. And I never asked him how he knew.
Mhm.
What did you
I
learn from the bones?
oh um
I'll
you
let Devin take the floor on that one.
is faith and are faith and hope sitting? Because
They're standing by the door, probably.
okay, you guys might want to sit.
Faith just arches an eyebrow at him.
Mox just gives her a look like, yeah.
Hope will take a seat on the edge of the bed.
So we went down and I used my identify spell on the bones, and if what I got back is true, they are the bones of Osiris when he was still immortal.
Did your spell tell you how old those bones are?
DM, did they give an idea of the age?
No.
No, but
Very old.
they look very, very old. Ooh, hold on. I'm sorry. This has literally never come up in this game, but part of my background is historical knowledge,
Aww.
but I think that's more related to structures. But could I
Oh.
make the argument that it might apply to ancient bones?
um.
It's a stretch. Let's see what we
Oh
can gum.
I
man.
will post it so you can.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to justify this in my mind. Let's see. I will say.
Bones are a construct.
You know what? Fine. Take a roll of Are you proficient in history?
No.
Okay. Roll and add your proficiency bonus.
Okay. That would be a 10 with my proficiency bonus.
They're old.
Yeah, they're very old. That's all I can really determine. And as long as they are here within the temple and a ritual to consecrate them has been performed over them, they protect the exact the exact
Dimensions.
thank you words dimensions of the city.
Something doesn't add up. A lot of things don't add up.
Yeah. Timelines.
How long do you, from your study in the church, how long has Osiris had a religion around him?
Me?
Yeah.
You never knew Osiris existed prior to coming here.
I'd never heard of Osiris.
Osiris is not really a
Mainstream
yes,
deity.
correct.
Favorite, yeah. Can Mox make the roll? He read the book that Tim and Faith grabbed.
Yeah, but Faith has also read that book too.
Yeah, and it more talks about like how It's kind of like the Bible showing you the path of how to be happy and the path of how to, overcome certain obstacles and using your faith to, better yourself and stuff like that. It's not like an autobiography.
Okay, just had to throw it out there.
It's a good idea.
I've said this before. Well, I said this to Tomek, and I never got an answer from him. But time just... The years don't add up properly. How has Winter been here for 100 years, and we're just getting here?
I'm pretty sure it's 200. But also, if Osiris... Summer's been around. Summer and both Tomek have been around for a
Long
very,
time.
very long time.
Sorry, what's making that? Chris, you're making some kind of noise.
Chris, quit playing with your lighter. I mean, he's an elf. Right?
Who?
Summer?
I guess I didn't really look. But Tomek's an ASMR like you.
I'm not an ASMR anymore.
Right. It's just confusing because...
Faith, do you remember the answer you were given by Tomek? For as little sense as it made at the time, but do you remember?
You're cutting in and out really bad. I did not get that whole sentence.
Do you remember what you were told by Tomek when you asked him about time dilation and all that kind of stuff and how the numbers aren't adding up? Roll a history check.
Say, see, I know. I think we all
Yeah,
know.
but you weren't there.
I know.
Yeah.
No, no idea. Continue. Right now you're just overcome with emotion, and it's hard
Emotion and too many thoughts. Yeah.
And it's hard to recall what he told you.
Would Seven, having some experience in planner travel, have this
I think
concept?
Seven was there for that part too.
This was y'all's talk when you were alone, and Seven was outside the office.
Okay.
But this is not necessarily planar travel. This is...
Tomek did also tell her that he would explain things better later.
He did.
Hope is going to go out into Tomek's office and start digging through his desk.
There's a secret compartment in the bottom. You just have to push your hand like straight up from the bottom.
She'll do exactly that.
You do exactly that, and it lifts, and you see that there's like just scrapbooks of pictures of the two of you as small children, just kind of as you're growing up through the years, and all taken from a distance. Two of you kind of holding hands as little girls, skipping down the street.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put those aside. And
Hope.
I'm gonna...
Hope.
Yeah?
Just look through all of those pictures and make sure you remember those moments.
I will.
Because some of those pictures almost feel like a different life.
I mean, a lot feels like a different life at this point. But she'll sit down and she will start looking through the pictures.
Give me an insight check. You're going to insight these pictures.
Oh, I'm gonna incite the shit out of these pictures.
Does
Hell
she get
yeah,
advantage because I told her maybe what to look for?
Sure.
Nat fucking 20.
Nat
Or
20.
not.
It's very apparent that all of the pictures that have been taken is every happy memory that you can remember in your life. Any memory of the two of you happy is scrapped in this book. It's not, there aren't like 50, 100 different pictures. There's maybe 14, 15 pictures. Chronologued through a span of 12, 13 years. And most of them are when you're little. But the happiest memories that you have of you and your sister are photographed and scrapbooked.
These are all our happiest memories. All of my happiest memories, at least. You'd think there'd be more of them.
I didn't want to say that out loud. There's still too many holes in all of this. Just let me look around in here. Faith is gonna start going through his bedroom, and like knowing that she knows that he did have a secret compartment in his desk, like poking underneath things, underneath shelves, in the back of the armoire, like climbing under the bed to look for compartments under the bed, in the hollows of the legs, just like she's not tearing the room apart, but she is being thorough as fuck. And if Mox wants to come help her, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I will say Mox can help, but I'm not gonna make you roll because you could roll a natural 20. There's nothing to find in here.
That's fine.
I'm not gonna make you waste a roll to find nothing. But I will say by the time the two of you are done, you are confident that there's no stone unturned in this room.
I'm sorry. Wait, there's nothing in here.
There has to be answers to all of this.
We might just have to wait until he wakes up. Or who else we could talk to see if we can get answers.
Which one of them?
Summer.
Yeah. I guess we should go have that conversation, shouldn't we?
Are you going to be able to keep yourself in check?
Yes.
Okay. Then maybe we should do that.
Will you two watch over them?
Yeah, we can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we want to do this now or later?
I mean, no time like the present.
We should. Yeah. Okay.
Good luck,
Let's
you
go.
two. We'll take. Good luck, you two. We'll watch over
Thank you.
Tomek.
Thank you.
As you guys step out, gather your things, and step out into the exterior, give me a perception check, both of you.
Holy shit! I rolled over a 10.
Ow.
She just said, "Take
Oh
that."
my god.
I just had to roll better than you.
I'm okay with that.
You don't know if it's just this moment of paranoia or what. But there's a lot more activity on the streets than you've seen. People walking with hoods up. Catty corner from here, there's somebody that's just kind of sitting on the side of the street just reading a paper.
Can I?
There's a person leaned against the fence, kind of back over in this direction, talking to another individual.
Can I insight? Do these individuals seem suspicious?
Do I see it too, or does just she see it?
No, you both see it. And I mean, nothing about it looks suspicious, other than the fact that you guys rolled really high. And you do realize there's a lot more traffic on this area. Being the only thing on this side is the church and the gates. Not a lot of traffic on this side. There's a lot of traffic on the other side where the town square is and all that kind of stuff. There's not a lot of foot traffic. This morning and it could be people who gathered when they heard the bells and they just got to talking and haven't dispersed yet. Could be completely innocent. But there's people.
A lot of.
Yeah.
Being the first time somebody's walked out the front door since Seven and Mox went, we'll call it, through the back door. Yeah. And again, I mean, it could just be just paranoia playing into you guys of maybe it's always like this and we just noticed it. But
Can I insight check a few of these people?
Yeah, I want to insight the whole. I want to insight the vibe, the general vibe of this area.
you want
with
to incite
people.
the vibe of a
Yes.
2-block radius?
Hey, DP.
I'm
No, I'm not gonna meta.
I'm quite certain that you have a higher insight than me, so can I assist her?
I'm gonna need a better. What's the vibe of the area?
Okay.
Like watching their eyes. Are their eyes like darting up continually and looking at the church, or
Yeah, like
Okay.
I'm looking at the people for like subtle
body
hints of-
language?
Okay, give me an insight check with advantage.
$20.
30-20. I will say there is definitely eyes on the two of you as you exit from multiple people. Again, that could just be because people are nosy and they want to know what the hell's going on when they heard the bells. Could be suspicious. You know that the two individuals that are kind of leaned over in this direction, one of them is definitely making more eye contact than the rest.
With us?
Mm-hmm. The individual you saw across the street who's just sitting on the sidewalk is just reading his paper, hasn't looked up at you guys once. He seems okay.
Okay. Well, the one who makes eye contact with me, I'm just gonna fucking stare at them like I notice you.
And he just like quickly like darts his eyes back to the other person And then after like maybe 30 seconds of talking, he kind of like tilts his head like, hey, let's go. And the two of them start walking towards the outer gate.
Or where are they walking towards?
The outer gate. In the direction of the outer gate. Away from you guys.
That's not suspicious.
Okay, so do we want to go back to the church or do we want to try following those guys?
Mm. I think you know what my answer is going to be.
Okay.
And as you two are being indecisive, they're walking with haste.
Faith's gonna open the door of the church and lean in and holler and go, "Seven, lock this door behind us," and pull the door closed again.
That's not suspicious at all.
Let's
That's what
see.
Seven says as he goes to lock the door. That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah. You know what? I'm
Faith's
just gonna.
start walking after the guys.
Yeah, Hope is following. There's no point in trying to stealth this, is there?
Nope.
Okay. As I kind of look back and see you guys walking in a direction, they start running.
Hey fellas, wait for us.
They're booking it and they're fast.
How much faster than me are they?
What's your speed?
35.
Much.
Yeah, more like.
They're like mocks.
Mm. I knew I should have started throwing fireballs. Indiscriminate.
That's just like what Seven's saying as he's just staring at the door. That's not. I knew I should have thrown more fireballs.
Faith's
Okay.
gonna
How bad-
originally she's gonna take off
How-
running after them and see
how
how
bad-
fast.
How bad do you want to catch them?
How bad do you want the information?
I'm gonna cast Dimension Door and
Oh fuck!
hop out in front of them with Faith.
Can Faith just try to clothesline one of them as they pop out?
Make an attack roll.
Oh, you guys are gonna get in a fight in the middle of the at the edge of
I
town.
hear you two.
Yeah, the girls have a fight too.
Yeah, I was gonna say now it's the girls' turn to do something stupid. At least we did it outside the fucking town.
You go to
advantage for surprise.
no. You step out of this because you know the sky opening up in front of them isn't exactly a surprise. And you stepping through it and trying to clothesline them, they just kind of sidestep and you are now at even space, but they are booking it.
I'm going to cast Charm Person on one of them.
Okay.
Can I throw my echo in front of one of them
Sure.
to try and like surprise them and attack them?
I think we need to hold this off until next week because we have 2 more minutes. So let's put a pin in this with Faith and Hope.
And remember, I'll need a Wisdom saving throw.
That's your job to remember because we're going to start with you walking out of your dimension door.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. We really appreciate it. Remember,
Thank you.
if you had a good time, tell your friends, come watch us. We stream Saturdays and Sunday evenings, and we'll see you next week.
Do
We're
we
flipping
want to?
days.
Yeah, I was just about to say, do we want to put that out, or we can put that on the social medias too? So follow
Yes.
us on social medias.
We are we'll have an announcement on social medias as what's coming for the short term. But we'll see you guys later. Thank you.